Hey guys, have you ever been in a situation where you hear a particular worship song, you're like, man, I love that. I love that worship song. I love the melody. It gets stuck in your head. But then when you go to actually sing it, you're like, this is really hard. Well, the truth is that, worship songs aren't necessarily made for congregational singing. They're made for us to hear on the radio and fall in love with so that we'll want to hear them in church the next Sunday. So there are a few things that we can do in order to make these a little bit more accessible for the everyday singer. So I'm going to take this one particular song called Oceans, and we're just going to kind of dissect this a little bit. The question that I got specifically was, how do I sing Oceans, the bridge? The bridge is very it's got this very open, almost like unsupported feel to it, if you've listened to this song before. So it's very open and kind of has this airy sense, like this somber sense to it. And so there's three things that I'm going to go over for you in regards to this song. But first, let's just take a look at the bridge. So like I said, our bridge here is going to be very kind of have this openness about it. It's kind of the somber part of the song. So it starts very light, very delicate. So I'm just going to sing a little bit of it for you, and then we'll kind of like dissect how to do that. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. My faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. All right, so that's our first pass through the bridge. So during that first pass, I want it to be very gentle, very delicate. So how do we do this with our voice? Well, keep in mind there are multiple ways for us to vary the intensity as we're singing. A lot of times we think of varying the intensity and just singing soft or loud. And you can probably tell I was singing pretty soft. But there's a couple other things that you can do as well to make this a little bit more of that delicate sound that we're trying to get. So one of them is to vary the tone. You can sing with a little bit more breathy tone, which is what I was doing there. And then you'll notice as we go on and we want that bridge to build, then we can add more of our pure tone and less breathy sound. But let's start here in this like really low intensity, kind of somber space. And we can do that by bringing in some of that breathiness into our tone. Another thing that you can do is, if you're playing the piano as well, like what I was doing, I'm just playing really the whole notes. I'm holding that chord and not really adding a whole lot to it. Now, as the song goes on and we repeat that bridge, then you'll notice that I will start to add a little bit more to that piano part. But there's a lot of ways that we can increase that intensity and build. But when we start, sometimes I've told my students, the key to singing big, the key to singing loud is making your soft softer. Because if you can make your soft, if you can make those low intensities of the song seem softer and more subdued, then when you're really bringing in that passion and really heightening that intensity, it will be more impactful. So let's go through that first pass again. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. My faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. All right, let's keep going with that bridge. So we're going to do the second pass through the bridge. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you right, so you can tell I'm doing a couple of things to kind of increase the intensity already. So first of all, in my piano playing, I'm really playing more of those chords on the quarter notes, not bringing in too much from the piano. And then also you can hear in my voice that I've gone from a more breathy tone to bringing in more of that full voice. Now, one of the things that's happening is my breathy tone is going to bring in more of that head voice. So it's important that you're practicing singing in your head voice. So one of the things I like to do is just a nice sigh. Ah, and that's one of the things that you can do when you're singing the song, when you're getting prepared to sing the song, because that's really where we want to be the first time through this bridge. Spirit, spirit lead. It's just like that sigh. Ah, spirit lead me where am I? So allow that extra air to come through. If you're not quite sure how to do that, then put an H at the beginning of your ah. Ha, ha. Because that extra air, we need that extra puff of air to create that H sound. And that's the same kind of strategy that we're going to use to create that breathy sound. Ah, spirit lead me where my trust. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and we're going to do, I believe this is our third pass through this bridge. Spirit lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. All right, so even more, you can hear how my voice is bringing in more power, more of that pure tone, and I'm singing less and less with a breathy tone. So you can see how over time of singing that bridge over and over that we can get that increase of intensity each time we go through the bridge. You can also hear in my voice that I'm using quite a bit of chest voice. And for this particular song, I feel like that kind of somberness that the song requires calls for a little bit darker resonance. Now, most of the time you've heard me probably talk about having that more brighter resonance, and I don't want it to be completely in the throat. Spirit, lead me where my... That's not what we're doing here. But I don't think we want to have it super bright either, totally in the mask of the face. We want to find a place that's kind of in the middle so it gives us a little bit more of that roundness that's going to fit with the emotion of this particular song. So I don't want to bring it totally into the mask of face. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon. It doesn't quite work, and I am kind of singing more nasal, but what works is going to be a little bit more open here. Oh, so think about that you're singing through a yawn. Oh, spirit lead me where my trust is without borders. Okay, so let's try more right there. Spirit lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. And take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. All right, so you can kind of see how we can sing this bridge and increase the intensity as we go through that. Before you go, don't forget to grab these 2 free resources. My Singing Confidence Checklist, perfect if you're struggling with nerves or self-doubt, and my free vocal training. This is going to give you a tool to help you sing better today, even if you're a brand new beginner. Go to reneesvoiceacademy.com/checklist and reneesvoiceacademy.com/sing. And hey, if this video helped you, then like and subscribe and tag a singer friend who needs a little confidence boost. If you have questions, email me anytime at reneesmusicstudio.com. I would love to hear from you and hear how you're doing on your singing journey.